Well, thank you everyone for joining. Very happy to see so many faces today. How many people? 15 people today. Woohoo! Thank you all for joining. We are going to be talking today and sharing about one of the oldest community we have and one of the most active and creative and resilient communities we have that have been reinventing themselves over the time they have been active, surviving pandemics and being creative during hard times all the time, connecting with a lot of organizations. I'm always surprised about what MUDA can do. And today we have Adriana, Flavia, that are going to introduce us a little bit about what they do. We also have other members like Joao, Luis, which is member of MUDA, also community builder at Cambiatus. We have many people to share today, and I know there are many people really interested in learning more. So thank you also for being able to do this in English too. I think we can do another one in Portuguese soon to make it accessible for other people too. Thank you for making this in English. So before starting, let's do a quick check-in round for everyone to get to know each other quickly. So just your name, where are you today, which community you come from, if you are from MUDA, from Agelgel, from Verdes, from Cambiatus, and really quickly, how are you feeling today, like in one word, okay? So I'm going to model it. I'm Carla, I'm in San Jose, Costa Rica. I'm from Cambiatus, and I'm feeling really excited and happy to know about MUDA today. And I pass it on to Karin.
Hi, I'm Karin. I'm from the Cambiatus community. I'm in South Africa, and I am feeling very cold. And I am going to pass it on to Irene.
Irene, are you there?
Hi, can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, Irene. Yes, go.
Oh,
Quick
okay.
check-in.
Hi, I'm Irene. I'm from the Verdes community, and I'm on the street now. That's why.
Careful. Go. Watch your steps.
Yeah, and I'm great. I'm really happy to be here today learning about MUDA.
Thank you, Irene. Flavia, do you want to go next?
There's two of us.
Yeah, Flavia, sorry.
But I can take the lead. I'm from Nova Iguaçu, part of Rio de Janeiro, and Brazil. I'm from MUDA. I'll be presenting today, so I'm feeling happy and also hopeful for this presentation. So I'll pass it on to the other Flavia, one of my colleagues.
Olá, eu sou Flávia, da MUDA, estou no Rio de Janeiro também, Santa Teresa. Passo para João.
Olá, are you speaking Portuguese? Don't speak English. Então, eu sou o João Carlos Palhaço, um dos fundadores da rede MUDA Outras Economias. Estou aqui no Rio de Janeiro, sendo a cidade de Santa Teresa. Passo para minha companheira, Adriana Schneider.
Hi, everyone. I am Adriana. I am in Rio de Janeiro and also from MUDA. And I am very happy to share with you today. I pass for Mateus. Mateus Bus.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mateus Bus. I'm speaking from Florianopolis right now. I'm from the Cambiatus community, and I'm feeling excited to learn today. I'll go ahead and pass to Mahida.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahadar from Agelgel community. I'm based in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. I'm eager to learn more about MUDA. Thank you. pass to Luca.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Luca. I'm from the Cambiatus community. I'm a developer there. Super excited today. I guess this is my first open session for MUDA. And I'm not sure if there was others, but this one is the first one I'm participating into. So I love MUDA. It's one of the communities that I'm most closed off. So my heart's beating faster right now. So thank you. And I'll pass to Luisa.
Thank you, Luca. Hello, everyone. My name is Luisa, and I'm from the Cambiatus team. I'm very well and very excited for today. So I will pass to Luis.
Hello, everyone. Pura vida. I am Luis, speaking from Brazil, Vila Velha, Espírito Santo. As you guys can see, I still have sunscreen on my face. It just came out of the water for our meeting. I'm very excited to share our learnings from MUDA. I'm part of Cambiatus MUDA Play for Change of a lot of communities. As a community builder, I feel that I have lots of hats that I wear. So it's really cool to hear a bit more about what we've been doing and share with you all. And I pass to Vitor.
Hey everyone, I'm Victor. I'm one of the co-founders of Play for Change. I'm based in Miami right now, and I'm really curious to be here because MUDA, we launched our community in Cambiatus recently, and MUDA has been our role model. So it's going to be great to hear some of the challenges you guys face in the beginning, and also share anything we are going through, because I'm pretty sure we can definitely learn from each other. So glad to be here and looking forward to it. And I'll pass to Henrique. Yeah, there's a couple.
There's two Henriques here. I will start. Hello, everybody. I'm Henrique from Play for Change. I'm in Rio. I'm in Búzios, and yeah, very happy to be here with Cambiatus. It's always good to have open sessions with Cambiatus. There is always a lot to learn, and I'm always happy. I'll pass to the other Henrique.
Hey everyone, I'm also Henrique, and I'm a developer at Cambiatus. I'm really excited to learn more about MUDA. I knew some things, so I'm excited to know more. And I'm from Florianópolis as well. I'll pass it to the Vagabond Master.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear me? Okay, perfect. Here, Vagabond Master, known as Radulfo. Together with Carla, I am co-founder of Cambiatus, and I'm here in San Jose, Costa Rica. Looking forward to hear more news about the MUDA. That's it.
And pass it on to
Michelle.
Who is missing? Michelle, go ahead.
Michelle. Mm-hmm. Mitch,
You're
are you
on
there?
mute.
Yes.
Hi everyone, sorry, didn't notice that I was muted. My name is Michelle and I'm part of Verdes with Irene as well. So yeah, nice to meet you all. Really nice to be here and hearing about your experiences. And I don't know if Irene has presented herself, but I choose Irene. Haha.
Yes, I think everyone went already, right?
Okay, sorry.
You were the last one.
Nice.
Thank you, Mitch. No worries. Welcome.
Sure.
Happy to have you here. Okay, everyone. Thank you for the quick round. Very efficient. Now we have all the time on the mic for Flavia, Adriana, and the people from MUDA. Please.
Carla, I think almost everybody talks Portuguese, or not?
No, not everyone. But we can do
So
the
better-
following. If you need to speak in Portuguese, please do it. and we will help with translation too.
We can speak in English just because I thought that maybe almost everybody can speak Portuguese, but okay, we do.
We have Spanish speakers, English speakers. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go.
So yeah, I'll share my screen.
I will.
But at any point, Adri, and everyone, at any point you need to explain something in Portuguese, please feel free. There may be plenty of people that will translate here on the chat.
Okay, good. Flavinha and I will do this presentation. So we are very happy to be with you. To be part of Cambiatus is very important for us and for our development. I will talk about our history. It's interesting because MUDA, the official starting of us foundation is the year of 2018, but we didn't start in this year. We know each other since many years, more than 20 years, and we belong to several collectives in Rio de Janeiro, and these collectives make lots of relation between, né? So MUDA Outras Economias is a network of cultural, social, environmental, and also educational actions. We are formed by artists, teachers, producers, clowns, surfers, dreamers. We are the most of us living in Rio de Janeiro, but not also. Luis, for example, is in Espírito Santo. And we think our practice as a collective practice. MUDA is also the name of a complementary social currency. This social currency is created to exercise ancestral, solidary, circular economies, and our goals are the idea of sharing practices based on the ethical diversity of the native people, the experiences of the Black diaspora in the Americas, and the struggles of social movements. So we are not creating anything that is new. That's why we think of ourselves like other economies, this idea of order and not the idea of new, because new is very connected to this neoliberal system, and our practice, our interest is in these other ways of life that insist on remaining potent in the gaps of neoliberal hegemony. So the idea of new, it's not interesting for us. It's like that we make this reverence for the other people, the other experiences that began before us. So ancestrality is a key for our work. But when we started in 2018, it was like we started to make these experiences, but when we started with the platform, the blockchain platform, it was in the beginning of the pandemic, and then our experiences growing exponentially, and we lost control. We thought at the beginning that we would like to start slow and to understanding what we were doing, but we could not do that because the pandemic make our experience really fast. And now Flavinha will talk about our numbers and how many people we have now on our platform. But it's something like that. And when the pandemics arrived, we thought, how could we make solidarity practices for our community? Because in Brazil, the impact against artists and cultural workers were very strong. We have two pandemics now in Brazil, the coronavirus, but not only. We have also a very extreme right regime, this almost fascist government that we have in Brazil from Bolsonaro. So our situation was very complicated. More than almost 700,000 deaths because of the pandemic, but also because of the orientation of our government. So we started with some programs to make support for our community. We did some online program shows for this artistic community, but also we make this connection with producers of organic food. And then we also put these organic baskets on our platform. And it was very interesting to develop our idea of our currency. So I think these practices made everything very quickly in our practice. I think, Flavinha, this is my part to talk about this beginning and this history. I think you can.
I can compliment and keep going, and also from our friends here, João, Flávia, Luis, if you feel like jumping in and adding something, please do it. So as Adriana mentioned, we kind of had an amazing growth during the pandemic. Like we were kind of prepared to support the remote work and the building a digital community, a virtual community. So we were prepared for that, and we had this amazing growth. So we separate here some numbers. These numbers are from our impact report from last year. So they're not updated, but they're good for us to see how we were kind of growing from 2020 to 2021. And yeah, so most of like number of members, more than 100% growth, also in the number of claims and transactions, direct transactions through the shop, and also transfer. The growth was kind of significant in both of them. And yeah, so it's as Adriana also mentioned, on one of the top offerings that we have is the organic food basket offering. So it's like a huge case for us, and I might say that is one of the main reasons that we had this kind of astronomical growth, is the ability for people, especially like vulnerable communities and favelas here in Rio, and people during the pandemic that had their income affected, including artists. So the ability for them to buy organic food using only social currency, using only MUDA. So it was really impactful. And once we realized that, we kind of started investing more in this activity and being able to support organic food and agroecological producers and bring the food in to our members and the community. So yeah, there's this firm, if you look for the top offers, is kind of the first one is way above the second most sold, for which was the mask due to the pandemic. And the third one was an event about cannabis and how we could use cannabis in as a medical practices, so medicinal product. So some milestones reached in Cambiatus, more than 4,000 members. This is updated. We have much more now, more than 15,000 claims. So another thing that we did not mention, but I just briefly mentioned here, is that we had to rearrange the way we did a claim. So the way our co-design, the way we, Carla, want to say something?
Oh, just quickly, but I think you can answer later. It's about the food basket, how it worked, how you did it.
Yeah,
I
will cover this. So we, as Adriana said, we did a lot of projects and a lot of activities. So as I was briefed to share like what makes us unique, we are gonna deep dive in only 2 of the projects we've done, and one of them is of course like Garden Food Basket and our relationship to art and agriculture. But okay, just summarizing about this number, I was talking about like the claims, how we had to rearrange the way we were designing how to earn MUDA. So in the beginning, when we were, Adriana mentioned, we were on the phase of, if I'm talking too fast, please, yeah, ask me to slow down and go slow. So okay, and we were really doing it out of trust. So people, we had a list of conscience actions, so a list of things and that we want to support, and this, considering that we are within this political and planetary situation where there is a lot of support to things that is damaging us, ourselves and our culture and our earth. We need to get together and really create a network to support the activities that we really see beneficial for us all. So we listed, we made a list of those actions that we wanted people to do and things that we are supporting, and and people could claim MUDAs for those actions out of trust. And in the beginning, it was really nice to see things developing, but as the community and people got onboarded really fast and things were growing too fast, it exceeded our capacity to really validate what people were doing or not. So and there were some mistakes in the comprehension of the claim. So it was not possible that one day when people did all the actions, planted a tree, meditated, and helped an elder all in the same day. So we stopped those actions and we kind of refined our co-design, and nowadays we have some actions for volunteer support to CSA. So if you volunteer in one of our supported projects, and if you support with communication, and if you fill out all your profile properly, so we kind of refine the claims, and now we ask for a proof of a completion, like a photo. Luis, want to add something?
Yeah, guys, just to complement, there's one important thing about the actions and the context in which we were. The context that we were was that we did not have the claim feature in Cambiatus with the photo. So we basically had to engage the community with the tools that we had. So this is an important lesson. And, you know, it wasn't because the tool and the platform wasn't perfect for us that we did not, that we sort of said, okay, let's wait for the feature, then we start engaging the community. Instead, we just found creative ways of doing it. And of course, when we had new features, when the context changed, then we had to change the co-design. So I think this is it was a very valuable lesson for me, and I think for as a community builder, and I think for MUDA, that we had to get going with the features that we had, because the most important thing was actually reaching out to the community, talking to them, getting feedback, and understanding what actually had value for them. And in this process, we found out, the organic food baskets. And then I passed back to you, Flavia, because just, give you some context, just sometimes, it's on those sort of, I don't think it was a mistake, but it was, sort of experimentations that we actually find something that is really useful and takes us to the next step. So it was experimenting these claims. And I remember that Flavia was very, very, how can I say, afraid of validating claims without people actually proving it. And I was like, we were all like, okay, let's trust on their karma. If they're doing something bad, well, that's bad karma for them. And, let's see how it goes. And now, of course, we changed the whole co-design. Now you need to prove a lot of things. And, but yeah, so just giving some context on that, because I think it was a very cool path, to learn.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we evolved alongside with Cambiatus, so it was really nice to see like the trajectory of us in Cambiatus and how like kind of we grew together. And yeah, I was concerned if also from my background, even though I was involved in this and interested in other forms of economy and how we can get together and non-traditional and non-European ways, I was really still bringing a lot of baggage from not really trusting community. So it was really interesting to get this from you guys that, okay, let's just try it. It will be all right either way. So pura vida. And that's what happened when we felt that it was not doing great as well. We stopped and reassessed what we're gonna do. And so, yeah, besides the organic food basket, we also, Lily, which is one of like the co-founders, she also offers like a basket of cleaning products. So it's another opportunity for people to access like really important products for our daily lives through our MUDA only. And it's like another really important offering that we have in the platform. And yeah, beside this number in the top offers, beside the transactions that really happened within Cambiatus purchasing organic food basket, we had like a greater amount of food basket distributed within our network. So I guess Carla mentioned in the invitation that MUDA is like the one of the top communities. So if you see the number of members and MUDA and Cambiatus, at least when those numbers were collected, we were kind of 54% of people within using Cambiatus platform. So yeah, this is a kind of nice number. It's nice to know that. So as Adriana mentioned, during the pandemic, we started a program which we called the MUDA Picadeiro Digital, which is like a digital circus, and we created this online program where we invited artists from our network that were affected by the pandemic, the lack of work, to create some videos and participate in a YouTube transmission to support them. So we did like a double financing program where those artists for their work and their videos, they would receive a budget in reais and fiat, and also in our currency. And we were thinking, so what are they gonna do with the currency they receive? And back then, it was really in the beginning of the platform. We did not have like so many offerings in a platform. So I don't know where it came from, but we decided to offer organic food basket. And I think that back then there was like a campaign from one of these organic food producers to as a solidarity campaign to make those baskets cheaper so that it could reach other communities. So it was like an inspiration for us. Okay, we could buy those with reais, with fiat, and distribute it, and it was inside of platforms so people could also buy it. And this could only happen because we have like a major partner, which is Saúva, that provides the financial support in fiat for MUDA to invest in other projects and also to buy these organic foods. So this was like a start for us and to deeply connect with agroecology. So once we realized the impact of offering food through a social currency, people in the community as well, when we realized there was not enough organic food for everybody, we started questioning ourselves, okay, we should start planting. So we started to ourselves as well, we started to reconnect, to at least saying for myself, I did not have like this closer connection to earth, to put my hands on the dirt and planting the food I'm gonna eat. So the organic food basket kind of brought us to agroecology, and due to Saúva, we could, the partnership, so we could have this case and connection. So one of the two cases we decided to present here is the CSAA, which is a term that we invented, meaning community supported art and agroecology. So the origin of this term is CSA, which is a worldwide known model for producing and marketing agroecological and sustainable agriculture foods. So within this model, the community support and food producers. So there is already a select number of families and people that pays in advance for the farmer, for the ecological producer, to support the work. So it's kind of political action to support and type of ecological agriculture instead of industrialized one. So we give within this model people that are consuming the food and support become co-producer of this farmer, not only consumers. So they also understand the risks and understand that food is seasonal, understand that there's a lot of different types of food, and food is regionalized. You cannot have like strawberries every single like month in the year. So people that really support this type of initiative understand that there's another relationship to the farmer. There's a closer relationship to the farmer and the land as well, and also to the food and how it produces and eat it. It all started through like the organic foods production. So nowadays we have 6 different locations, 6 different CSAAs throughout Brazil. So these are those we are connected and supporting. So all of this, we make like this double financial program with Saúva providing the financial support in fiat, so they can develop and open up to new markets. So it's like MUDA community become also the co-producers, and the food that they produce, they can be offered within our platform through the social currency to people that we would not normally have the access to. And we also try to bring this closer connection to the farmers, people producing, incentivizing people to go on like this planting efforts and getting together and volunteer in this work. So the first one here is Terra Orgânica, which is in Florianópolis. I know the two of Cambiatus member living in Florianópolis, so they are in Campeche. I don't know if you're close there, but if you are, I totally recommend you get involved. They starting with a composting program, like one of the neighbors started their composting, and then a lot of other neighbors, he went door to door asking neighbors to separate their organic residues, and they start composting in one of the lands within the community. And then it's really nice to hear him talk about the story from the composting. A lot of trees started to be born. So for when I asked how the CSA, like how the planting effort started, how the garden started, he said, okay, it started from the compost, the earth itself, like the seeds that we throw, it started to grow in and started to bring life back to the land. And yeah, so we connected that, and they are one of the communities. The second one here is Jardim das Delícias, which is kind of a garden of deliciousness, I guess. We could translate it as
Delights, maybe.
Delights, yeah. So this is one of the assets that is really closer. So this is us here. I don't know if this is me, this is Adriana, this is Lily and Flavia here. This is us planting and really trying to reconnect the essence of being able to produce our own food. And so this is a land that is owned by Lily, and this is where this is our experimental playground. And yeah, so we are also starting to collect some of the herbs and lettuce that we planted, and also distribute into a platform. Here is Regência. Luis, maybe if you want to talk a little more about this before Carla, do you have something to add?
Just a quick question. There's a question on the chat from Karim. How do you deal with the producing having a shelf life?
I was wondering specifically about the timing, because you don't always know whether something is going to be taken up. And so if it isn't taken up and the produce might not be so available anymore, how do you deal with that on the system?
And another question for me to go with that, also, that these places, they produce for other distribution, only for MUDA?
Other distribution as well. So MUDA is kind of one of the co-producers. And each one of them have their own history, their own like supporting community, their own challenges, and their own type of food and characteristics or things that they produced, and capacity and people capacity, and also land capacity. So each one of them is different. For instance, here in Jardim das Delícias, and also in agroecology, one of the things that is nice to have access to, there's food for us, and there's food for land as well. So and there's food for all the others living beings and the insects and the other animals living around. So about the shelf life, I think that each of this community, they have like someone more specialized and have like the technological knowledge to access how we are going to produce, and also how we're going to harvest, and what we are going to do with the harvesting. But mostly in the CSAA model, the organic food baskets are harvested and one day, and the day after they are distributed. So it's kind of, there's no really like a shelf life. It's really collect and distribute, because it's like fresh food. It can deteriorate fast. So yeah, I don't know if I answer your question, Luis. Please go ahead.
Yeah, just adding to that, I think it's important to say that the community sustained agriculture, it's a different concept, Karen. So it's not about these CSAs, they don't actually go to a shelf. Like everyone that participates is sort of a co-producer, and we have co-producers that pay in fiat money. For example, we have models of CSAs, community sustained agriculture, that were already based on fiat money. They had co-producers, so they had all their production. They just share with the co-producers on weekly organic food baskets. And then we actually, yeah, MUDA community members are co-producers, right? And we as a network, we facilitate this engagement, and then we give grants to the CSAs so they can become CSAA, which is they not only support agriculture, but they also support art. And by accepting the social currency, they are incentivizing their members, because now they have MUDAs and they can actually use these MUDAs to access any product or service from the artistic community. So the shelf life really, it's totally distributed, like all the harvest is distributed. We only have one exception, which is Regencia, that Flavia was actually asking me to talk about, which is not, we are not an agroecology community sustained yet. We are a community sustained alchemy and artist. Why? Because Regencia has a problem. Well, Regencia was the place of the biggest environmental crime in Brazil, the crime from Vale and Samarco, that they basically a dam was broken due to negligence from these companies, and this dam polluted Brazil's second most important river, which is the Sweet River. And Regencia is right at the river mouth of this river, and the community, they don't, all the water there have been polluted with heavy metals, right? So we went there and tried to make agroecology community sustained project, but they didn't have water. So the first thing that we had to do was to actually help them out on filtering water and getting them access to clean water, which we've done. Now they are using the own plants that they have, the native plants from the region, to create alchemy products like oils and stuff that people can use to actually revert the damages caused by being in contact with polluted water and all that. And then after we have this, access to clean water and access to sort of ancestral medicine, then our goal is to set up agroecological organization there. So and Regencia is a place that I really love. I'm there all the time surfing, and the regeneration movement there, it's pretty cool. In Regencia you can actually buy beer with MUDA. You can pay for your hotel, and the community is getting much more engaged. And they have like festivals like the Regenerate Sweet River. They have contact with ancestral, with indigenous populations. So it's a, it's called the Magic Ville, the Magic Town. So, no wonder why MUDA is getting traction there. Back to you, Flavio.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, I believe this picture here was the day that they managed to get a system for rainwater collection. So I guess they really celebrated the possibility of doing that. So yeah, so I don't know if Karin got like the answer clarified, the question clarified.
Yes,
but
thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, so great. So each community is kind of pretty unique and has their own challenges and the capacity. And what we do as MUDA is being and allowing that our members are like also co-producers of this. And so and then as Luis mentioned, on the other hand, like what we ask is some sort of an involvement with the social currencies, activating their community to participate and get inside, and also offer things so they can have like a closed loop, a circular economy within their community. Like people receiving their food can offer also products, and they can exchange like that, and also access artistic and therapeutical things. And so there is a local movement around the currency, but they are also connected to a broader community, which is MUDA, which is spread throughout the country. So another nice example is Arandu, which is the first case of CSAA. That's the case that originated this term. I don't know if you want to talk about it, because he's like one of the godfathers. So in MUDA, we have like these models. Each project has a godfather or godmother, and in MUDA looking after it. So João met, as João is a clown, so he met one of some clowns that started planting. So this family of clowns and artists, due to the pandemic, had to reinvent themselves, and the opportunity they have to reinvent themselves was through the agroecologic production. So they started planting, and João and that, and that was the connection of circles and agroecology, and we realized, oh my God, this is so amazing, we should be doing it more, and that's how everything started. And one of the nice things about it is when they were studying and understanding themselves as within this model of CSAA, one of the things that they did was they did a consulting meeting with CSA Confraria da Horta. So Confraria da Horta is a CSA, so they already had this background of using the model of CSA. Once we started partnership with them, they added another way, and they are figuring out and how to involve artists within their daily lives, which is I think there's a really nice thing that we give the incentives to bring closer to the practice artists, and within the planting efforts where they gather a lot of people, how can they bring more artists, how can we also add to these co-producers within their network more artists and cultural workers. So yeah, and so they kind of helped it out them to model up, and they are also here. And the last one that I'm gonna mention is CSA Santa Teresa, which is this was really nice how it was developed as well, because we were discussing in the WhatsApp group, which is like one of our main group communication, and people were kind of discussing about the lack of organic food and being sorry for it. And one of the members said, okay, let's plant. I have a garden here that I've been trying to plant something like for years, but alone he was not able to do it. And then we started, okay, then people started to support the idea and volunteer for it, and then they created a group and they started planting. So they did a lot of planting efforts and getting together to clean the space and realizing how to do it. And as it started within MUDA, and as is a place that a lot of MUDA members live nearby, including some of our colleagues here, yeah, we started supporting them as well. And yeah, this is a really nice case of CSAAs. I don't know if anyone want to add something before we pass to the other case. There is any other questions about CSAAs? Anyone want to add something from our team?
Thank you, Flavia. We have, I mean, officially we have 5 minutes more for, yeah, it's an hour, but we can, if people wants to stay a little bit longer, we can. If people needs to leave, of course, feel free to do it. And if anyone has question at this point, yeah, okay, please go. And we can keep a little bit over the hour. No worries. You have a lot of things to share. That's fantastic.
Yeah, there's only two of our projects. So yeah, please, Adriana, you also had a short film to show.
Sorry, somebody is on my door. I will go there.
So I will go on, as we don't have time. I will, yeah. So this other project, so Adriana was gonna talk about it because she was one of the main thinking heads behind this. So it's called the MUDA Floresta, from Celery to Florist. This was a project that was approved for funding through the Goethe Institute, which Adriana made the connection. Yeah, my just a minute. My it's charging. Sorry, guys. Okay, so and this was a project that the name of it is MUDA, da MUDA Floresta, Partilhas de Arte e Agroecologia, which means from citadel to forest, shares of in art and agroecology, really strongly like confirming our connection to art and agroecology. And so this was carried last year, starting of this year, with financial support of Goethe Institute. The focus was there like artistical process, agroecology management, and also talking about social environmental issues, the role of art and complementary currencies. Within this project, we did a circle of talks in our YouTube channel talking about other economies. So we have a total of 4 presentations, and we invited some key speakers here in Brazil to talk about different subjects, art and agroecology, pedagogies of the terreiro, and we talk about ancestral African religion, agrarian reform, economics and economics and relationship of it, the economy and blockchain. So Hanuful also participated here and those sessions. So we invited people to talk about this subject that really matters to us and things we want to talk about and stimulate the thinking and processing. We also had like pre-residences, like we as a team, we started experimenting and visiting places and projects that have like similar impacts. So we visit Silo Arte Latitude Rural, which is a project here in Rio that does a similar work connecting farmers in a rural community to art. So they invite artists to a residence in a rural area, and they invite the artists to commune with the area and the farmers and the schools and created something together. So the art is totally purposed by the local and the rural activity. Do you want to keep going, Adriana? I was talking about the pre-residencies. Yeah, so I was talking about pre-residencies, and I was talking about the visit to Salo, if you want to go from there.
No, go on. Your English is much better than mine.
Okay, so yeah, but feel free to add anything. And then we also went back to Jardim das Delícias, which is the place that we gather for our working retreats, and also the place where we started planting together. So we went there to plan how the project would work and would do. And we also visit some other sites. We visit Horta da Predeira, which is a garden and within the village where Adriana lives. So on the top of a hill, which is if you can see this, is a bunch of woods, and they had like erosion issue going on, and have some sort of difficulties with the site and home invasions, irregular home on the top of the hill are damaging the land. And so one of the things, as they were like this abandoned land, they started a garden. So we went there and visited. It was really amazing to like see how the potency of people getting together and taking care of the space and taking care of a space through for planting for garden. And also we went to Axé Ijiomi, which is a candomblé house in here, which is also part of our community. And we also went there first. So we did those visits because the project was designed to be 2 residencies in Jardim das Delícias and in the candomblé house. but with the rise of pandemic, Omicron variant in the beginning of January, we decided we could not bring a lot of artists to the residency with us, so we did like a smaller version of it, and we, when we work together, we had the support of Denise Porto, which is agricultural consultant, and Rodrigo. They went there to also help us out and teach, and through that knowledge we did, as we could not have all the residencies, we did like a film, and we are like releasing it soon. And also what we could do with the residencies and people that were invited, the artists that were invited to produce about those topics, agroecology and social and environmental issues and politics. We did to a meeting at the Shah, which is the Cordova House. And from this meeting, we did Denise, which is here, she also went there. We talked a little about agroecology. We had some rituals with land, with gifts. Each one of us brought something that we offered for each other, and we traded. We experienced those type of things. And the invitation for the artist was to produce a video about the experience, and during Celebra MUDA, which is our annual celebration festival, we presented those videos and closed the project. So yeah, we have this is us mainly. And we have, as the time is kind of short, we have a video summarize a lot of what we just said, like more visually, and bringing in the speech of our partners. So yeah, I will.
Thank you, Flavia. Fantastic. I don't know if anyone has questions, comments. I see many connections with the work that Verdes is doing in Monteverde now with they also are supporting and working with a local horta, in English, horta.
Garden.
Yeah, a communal garden. And then also with what they are doing at Gelgel, they want to also to activate the more.
Oh yeah, there was a question in the chat about like technology, if we had an issue with farmers not able to access technology. Personally, I don't think we had this complaint. Okay, I cannot be involved in MUDA because I don't have access to technology. Most of the farmers, they somehow get some internet. The issue that most of them like complain is like education, how people don't get it, and most of the time they okay, I don't have time to go in, and they really don't get it. It's just you can get the food like almost for free. We are giving you the food. You just have to do some process and get in the platform. But people are still really stuck in the mindset that they are consumer. It's easiest for them to go to a market and buy food that is full of venom and pesticides, and it's education. It's our main challenge. So even in technological use and how to use it, it's not that complicated to save your 12 words and use it, but also like in agriculture, like being the type of co-producer. So accepting the risks, accepting that it's kind of signature that you have to pay. So, and you receive the basket like weekly, but you don't know what it's in the basket. You don't get to pick, okay, so this week I want this and that. No, you're receiving what the earth is giving to you. So you're supporting the farmer and receiving what the lands give to you. But many people, they don't really get to like change the mindset from the customer, the traditional customer mindset that, okay, I'll go there and pick what I want.
Thank you. I think this is something I always say also during the co-designs, that what it takes to create a social currency or a community that is activated with a social currency too, it's a lot of work, and a little piece is tech. that part is really small. If you see all the work that MUDA has done, all the partnerships, all the creativity, the events, the visuals, the data that you have collected, it's a lot of extra things that you put on that make this work, right? So I'm really happy to know, and I know Luca and Enrique and all the people from the Cambiatus team is happy to know that the tech is not a problem, at least not the biggest one now. It's good to know that.
I mean, that's what we talk ourselves, right?
They are saying that, Luca. No, but also
finally
that,
I can sleep in peace now.
also that the technology has been evolving thanks to the, I mean, according to the needs. MUDA has been really patient, and they are being our friends. They went through the hardest times with us when the app was really not help. And I mean, it didn't have a lot of details that it has now, and it will keep evolving. Now the next step of evolving, that is the shop, is being pushed by MUDA and also by Verde, by their needs, which is really nice too. Questions, people? We have a couple of minutes for questions and comments. If not,
just to highlight that I really would like to finish up with the video, so for you to feel like more visually all the things that we are talking about.
Lavinia, I would like to add something very quickly before we watch our movie. The thing is, for us, the most important practice is art. I think art is the key for all of these ideas, because we think art as a way of thinking, as political imagination, as way of life. So I think the fact of all of us, or almost all of us, when we are artists, it's the key. I think everything is framed by this idea of art. So this project that Flavinha was talking about is this relation between art and agroecological practices, art and economical practices. I think this is this strange or other way of doing things. No? This came from the practice of art. So I think this is very important for us to think. And of course, art and education, art and economics, art and the practice of sharing. The practice of sharing is very important also for us. The idea of autonomy also, because we don't want to grow without end. We don't want to be a big community. We want to recognize our partners. We want to development other partnerships, and then this is most important for us. So now, for example, we are starting another movie. We want to do a documentary film about this big way of our organic food baskets. So we want to document the agriculture there, where he plants, where
a journey.
Yes, exactly. And then how this came to our city, our drivers that distribute this in our network, and the end of this, that's who received this organic food basket, and how they prepare their meals with these products. And we want to bring the idea that this guy that received this organic food basket, these people can also make a urban garden in their neighbor, and also in their house. So we want to spring
decentralized,
the idea, you know. Yes, exactly. To spring the idea, I think it's important for us. No?
Fantastic.
So
I want to. That's fantastic. I want to highlight some of the things that Adriana said that are very powerful. I think the first one is that what I mean from all the session, some highlights of what has been important for MUDA. I think the first one is a great team, people really passionate, and you can see Flavia and Adriana talking about this with passion, with conviction, with love. This is really important, having a good team behind your currency that is able to energize whatever ideas and creativity comes, and also to face the challenges. Second, they were really clear about their context, where they were working in the context of Bolsonaro, cutting funds for arts, in the context of the pandemic, putting artists in risk, right? And really clear on that. They were also super open to redesign the currency, to evolve it over time, not like caught up in the original idea, open to flow, which is fantastic for MUDA. And other thing is open to partnerships, looking for friends to go together. This is, and then they were stronger together. Visuals, they're fantastic, you know, all the visual thing, the videos and the photos and the way of putting data, fantastic way to communicate what they are doing. And also, once they had the community, a strong community, a lot of people, it's easier to put things on top of it, connect people, listen to what they need, connect more. So I think those are the clues that I kept with me, the learnings from what you shared today. A lot of course, a lot of other learnings. But thank you you both for the work you're doing. And Luis, you had another question or comment before the video?
Yeah, just one comment. One of the things that we've been doing with the CSAAs is actually giving them grants. And in this first part of the grant, they support us with exchanging 100% of the organic food baskets for MUDAs. But for the following time, since they have a cost of production that is in fiat money, we would love to have the implementation of transactions in fiat and social currencies, because then we are able to support the communities in a more broader way, and keeps this relationship, you know, because right now MUDA has the effort on a fewer number of CSAAs, but once we have this this feature, we're going to be able to support more CSAAs and have different models of partnership. So I think this is going to be pretty, I am particularly pretty excited with that, because I think opens lots of possibilities. And yeah, and above all, with your points, lots of learnings along the ride, and it's been really fun so far. So
great work. Thank you, Luis. Vagabond Master, any comments before the video?
Yes, sure. First, congratulations for the MUDA team. It's a beautiful work. I'm very glad to see the advances you have been doing since the beginning. Yeah, that's cool. And I also like the idea that you talk about other economies, because you recognize that there were people before us that were talking about this. In this sense, I would like also to point out that one of the more brilliant economists that talk about this in the end of the 19th century was Silvio-Gesell. Okay, Silvio-Gesell rescued the experiences that Europeans, mainly because he was a German, but lived a lot of time in Argentina. He rescued a lot of information from the Middle Ages, before the Dark Middle Ages, and tried to bring these ideas to that context. And that inspired, for example, the VIR initiative, that today is the most ancient complementary currency in the world. It has more than 80 years old. Okay. So that's it. And also, just to make a connection, because Carly and I and our friend, who is a chef here in Costa Rica, that works with the ancestral culinary, we launched and we officially will launch the Ancestors Lab in next August. Okay, this will make a connection with all these things. What do you see? Just wait. Thanks. Congrats.
Thank you, Hanufo. Flavia, you want to share the video?
Yeah, nice teaser, Hanufo. got me curious. So yeah, I'm gonna share it and just like a final kind of highlight on what Adriana mentioned and how it is kind of super impactful to support this, like also agroecological farmers and artists, which are like two niches that are they're suffering from our political context and are super like powerful. We do not say it, but we often, when we're talking about CSA, we talk about like, yeah, bringing and giving food to the body and the soul, and that's pretty much what we kind of are trying to do. And they are just too powerful together, art and agriculture, and then also other economies, allowing them to flow and connect. So yeah, I will just share the video for you to see what we're talking about. Sorry, share again so I can share the audio.
E eu me encontrei com a agrofloresta de uma forma muito natural, porque, como está sendo dito, para poder ter reisado, poder ter cavalo marinho, ciranda, coco, E eu me encontrei com a agrofloresta de uma forma muito natural, porque, como está sendo dito, para poder ter reisado, poder ter cavalo marinho, ciranda, coco, para poder ter circo, tudo isso que é a flor da floresta das pessoas, a cultura é uma flor que brota da floresta das pessoas, é a sua brilhante capacidade de ser artista, de cantar, de folgar. Com certeza, dentro disso, intrinsecamente, está a abundância, está a colheita na terra, está essa relação do colher, do que a terra gera.
Mãe Joana era irmã do tio Norberto, fazia parte da minha geração avó, da minha geração de mestres e mestres. Mãe Joana dizia, meu filho, a terra dá e a terra quer. É simples. A terra dá e a terra quer. É começo, meio e começo. Você germina da semente, cresce, frutifica, vira semente, volta para a terra, nasce de novo. Começo, meio e começo. Ao contrário, o eurocristão colonialista ele não tem começo, meio e começo. Ele tem começo, meio e fim.
Isso que chamo de ancestralidade, e que eu vejo uma atração muito grande pelos jovens urbanos hoje, até eles estão interessados nisso que chama ancestralidade. Eu acho tão bom que eles também se interessem por isso, porque eles tinham muito orgulho, esse orgulho urbano, de achar que esse negócio de ancestralidade é coisa dos negros, dos índios e de gente antiga. Ancestralidade é uma coisa do passado. Era sinônimo de passado. Agora eu vejo uma meninada de 15, 16 anos que estão nesses colégios e universidades aí espalhados pelo Brasil afora, reivindicando uma comunhão com essa ancestralidade. E quando eu tenho a oportunidade de falar com eles, eu lembro, então, pergunte de onde você veio. Você veio da terra. Olha lá de onde você veio. Olha lá se aquele córrego, aquele rio, aquela lagoa que você banhava e pescava, se ela ainda pode te dar água para você beber ou se ela já virou uma barragem da mineração, se ela já virou um campo de lançamento de detritos, se os espaços que o seu povo compartilhava não foram invadidos por rodovias, ferrovias e toda essa infraestrutura que o tal do desenvolvimento joga em cima de você todo dia e você abraça sem olhar o que você está agarrando. Então, assim, para esses jovens, principalmente, né, envolvimento é envolvimento com a terra. Envolvimento é envolvimento com a base da nossa experiência como seres que compartilham com todos os outros, com o tatu, com o pato, com o leão, com todo mundo, gente. Como diz a canção, abacateiro, acataremos seu ato, nós também somos do mato, como o pato e o leão. Então, assim, nós somos terra. A nossa mãe é a terra. Ela dá tudo para a gente, é fartura, prosperidade.
So these are MUDA drivers and the different locations that we distribute to women on network.
Povos tradicionais, temos que alimentar o nosso corpo, mas não é o controle do corpo, é aquilo que o meu corpo precisa para ele ter vitalidade, para poder estar aprumado, para ele poder estar com vigor, para ele poder pensar, para ele poder agir, tomar decisões. Para nós, o corpo é importante justamente por isso. Porque nós precisamos dele. É o nosso livro, é o nosso corpo. Então, temos que tomar alguns chás, alguns banhos, fazer determinadas coisas para poder cuidar com maestria, cuidar com verdade, cuidar sem falcatrua, sem mentira, porque para nós o corpo é o nosso sagrado e nossas mãos, elas têm que ser muito bem cuidadas, muito bem tratadas, com folha, com a beberragem, com os nossos ofós, com os nossos ebós, para que tenha força.
Que hoje em dia a gente não tem como desvincular a alimentação de terra, de política, de sociedade, de história. Tá tudo muito misturado.
Thank you. I think that was a fantastic closing for our session. Flavia, thank you for sharing and for all the work you do. And I have to admit that I had a little bit of a tear here. I'm thinking that we are connected to so many people without knowing, and that so many plants are growing, and that the little pieces we all put there are producing a lot of impact. It's really lovely. Thank you for sharing, and see you next open session. We are going to invite you to the next session, still open. So if you have ideas of what topics do you want to learn about Cambiatus, about the communities, what do you want to share, please let us know and we can schedule other fantastic talks like this one. I think we could do like 4 with MUDA for the other projects. Thank you, everyone. We are really late, so we're not going to do a checkout, but if you want to share something on the chat, feel free to do it. Thank you.
Tchau, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tchau, pessoal.
Beijo. Tchau, tchau, pessoal. Arrasou, Flavinha. Valeu, Dri.
Arrasou, Flavinha.
Ciao, thanks so much.
Tchau.